This is College Talk TV, and they'll be doing a video on the Xbox One and the reveal they just had about a week ago. I finally got around to watch it, and how can I say this? I am disappointed. For them to have that much time and to just bring something to the table that looks like that, and to just run a BS marathon for a straight hour is shocking. This literally looks like this episode of South Park where Cartman had to bring a science fair project to school, and he didn't do it, right? Cartman off South Park, he didn't do it, and instead the teacher called him up, and he put a piece of tape on a pencil and said, "This is what I got, teacher." That's what it looks like, a piece of tape on a pencil. And I start. The Xbox One basically looks like a DVR box. They spent, and I watched a shortened version of it, which was like I think 30-40 minutes, and I would say at least 20 minutes of it was explaining how you can talk to it and then flip a channel. Like that was their selling point. That's their opening. And wow, that's ridiculous to have spent, I don't know how much money, how much time, and just have common sense, and this is what you got. I mean, yeah, that's nice, you know. Personally, I really don't give a crap. That to me is not something I would look at when I'm buying a console. Oh, Xbox One, change channel. And I honestly think that the person who said the comment, what was it? This is rocket science level stuff. I mean, how? Come on, second grade level terms, and you're talking to people who are probably on average in their adult years or whatever, or probably teenagers as well, and saying some, oh my goodness. And then he had a Skype call. Like, cares? I mean, he was acting like having apps on a game system is all that. I mean, you can have my PlayStation 3 and 360, you can do both of those, and it's like, that's not a step up. That's just, you might have like added a couple more features, but what's a game system that's and all of it, only thing the game system can do is just have apps on it, and I think it's unfortunate. But what else do they do? Oh, and the whole entire, you can't have used games on it. Why can't you, or used games, if you buy a used game, you have to pay a fee for it, right? So if I own a video game, that's my property. I am allowed to sell it, or I am allowed to share my game, not copy and, you know, make another copy. But if my friend came over one time and he wants to play it, or, you know, he wants to try the game for like a couple days, I can let him have it, you know, and see if he likes it. And what they did is now you have to pay a fee. So that level of greediness is, wow, that's amazing. And I think that the Xbox One is going to be like that Engage. Really no hopes for it. Then the biggest thing is the always online DRM. Now, a lot of people will say, you know, there's games that are like that, right? And especially for Microsoft to go ahead with this and say always online DRM when a game, not a console, just a game, took so much flack from that always online DRM crap. I bought SimCity. I like it. Yeah, it sucks I have to be online 24/7, but I'll live with it. But this is a console. That's a big difference. And the SimCity, those servers were crashing. I had to wait a couple days to play it, and I got the game 2 or 3 days after it came out, and I had to wait at least another 3 days for the servers to stop being like just swamped with people. And I can see this from Microsoft already. And then people will try to say, oh, Sony had a server outage and blah blah blah. Well, you know, yeah, Sony did have a server outage, but when that happened though, it was just for online capabilities. And, you know, I'd rather them shut down everything, so you know they can sort out, and then we can go back online. Playing it safe, I don't mind that at all. And but at least you can still play your games. And this right here, you're being penalized. You really are, because every 24 hours you have to check in with mommy and daddy, and you know, have them verify that those are your games. I mean, I already bought these. It should be none of your business how I play it, where I play it. You know, not every area. And you know what? This isn't a problem for me because I live in a college apartment building. I have like probably when I download stuff, it might be at 2 megabytes a second. So it's I have very fast internet. And but maybe I want to go to my grandparents' house, right? And they live in the country. I might want to show them a new Xbox One, like, hey grandma, hey grandpa, this is this new thing all the young kids are playing nowadays. And they're like, oh, that's nice, Christopher. And now I can't do that because you know what? They have dial-up internet, and that's to me not internet. But I don't. It's just I don't like feeling limited when I do stuff. I'm serious. I don't like feeling limited by, you know, being punished like this. I feel like it feels like the Xbox One is punishing people to always have to be online, and for a console, that's ridiculous. I don't know. I feel like Sony was given every holiday from every culture on the planet for like 30 years. Sony has such a huge advantage now if they don't go down the same, I don't even know what to describe it, path that Microsoft is going on right now. If Sony can just allow used games without a fee, and if they can not have that always online DRM bullcrap, then Sony, your PlayStation 4 will outsell the Xbox One. I don't even know how many, the ratio, but it will outsell the Xbox One. But even the Xbox One, and that's not, why choose a name like that? Why? Xbox One, like that's what people call the Xbox One. I mean the original Xbox One. Why would you want to brand your Xbox the One? I mean, maybe you should have called it the Xbox 361. That might have been a little better, because you know. And I'm not saying a lot of people have somewhat of a branding or name issue sometimes when they go, not me, but for instance, Pokemon games. There's always one Pokemon game that consistently outsells the other one, even though it's pretty much the same thing, maybe 10 Pokemon on either side that are just on that game. And maybe a couple minor storyline things. But who wants to buy a Leaf Green when you can have a Fire Red? It just sounds a lot cooler, right? Same goes for the Wii U. It seems like people don't want to buy that because they think that the Wii U is just a Wii but with the tablet. And I think they should have called it at least the Wii 2. And that might sound corny to some people, but for a lot of people who play, you know, even though Wii U is mainly for casual gamers, I thought it was, when I first heard of the Wii U, I thought it was just a Wii but maybe a little bit better or whatever, right? And I guess that's not the case after I read a little bit more into it. But Xbox, Microsoft, just not looking good for you guys. The PlayStation stocks jumped up, I guess, and the GameStop stocks went down. So hopefully the PlayStation or Sony can stay with the used gaming thing, because that's definitely a huge selling point. And it also, used games indirectly help sell new games, because look at it. I want to use this Mass Effect thing, right? Let's say a couple years ago Mass Effect 2 was about to come out. It's a huge thing, and you haven't played Mass Effect 1. You have about a week or two before Mass Effect 2 comes out. So you want to buy Mass Effect 1, but you might only have X amount of money. And if you buy it used, you can buy that and Mass Effect 2. So now you're blown away by it, you know. You're blown away by Mass Effect. I was blown away by it too. And with the Mass Effect 2, you want to, you love it so much that you want to buy a collector's edition. You know, I don't know, you got a job and that's what you saved up for. Then Mass Effect 3, you want to buy that too, and you buy all the DLCs, and it's just maybe someone wanted to buy that off a used game. And I feel sometimes you can't play every game, and you might, you know, some trilogy they build up to a certain point where the third one might have so much press because of the first two, but you never played the first two. But you don't want to pay new game prices for something. You want to maybe get a discount. You know, use your GameStop 10% off or whatever, right? And I think that's good. You know, trying to save a little money on the side. But Microsoft just want that money, man. Just Microsoft is getting to a point where they want your money like I don't even know. Like stank on doo-doo or something. Like I know I'm quoting a movie from somewhere, but still, I mean, just very, very frustrating sometimes. But that's all I really got